Okay, so now that I have hollowed from the bottom and in my two little sections here, I am ready to scratch and attach, put it back together, and also get some pinholes in with this pin tool to allow that hot air to escape, because essentially we're just creating a big pocket of air. We want to let that hot air come out when we're firing these into the kiln. So hopefully you'll still have some nice clean edges from where you cut it, and you just want to take either this pin tool or the scratching tool. I can show you what both would look like, and you want to score deeply, just getting all the way around and just roughing up those edges. I like to go in a couple of directions. Just a little bit of a insurance policy, helps give lots of grip to the slip. Just gonna move my slip bucket a bit closer here. Okay, so the glue to hold it all together. So this guy is scratched. I'm gonna set him down and continue here for a moment. Like I said, your alternate tool for this is the scratching tool. That's just gonna give a bit of a different rough texture. As long as you're getting lots of good grippy surface here, we should be able to have no problem getting this redone. Okay, now a nice generous amount. You almost want enough here where it's seeping and oozing out of all the sides. I know it's a little interesting texturally, visually. So I've got lots of good slip on one or the other side, okay? And then you kind of just want to line things up once again, just really being careful to wiggle and really squeeze, and then start pulling that clay back together. It may have changed or distorted slightly, and so what we really want to do here is just encourage your sculpture to integrate back together again. So once it's kind of able to hold its own. Sorry about this, everybody.
Please go to room 2212. There's a drop-in session today to get your picture taken for the yearbook and composite from 2:30 to 4. That's in room 2212. Drop-in for those grade 12 who are not booking a photo session. Thank you.
All right, we love those announcements, don't we, artists? Anyway, just to finish here, what you want now is to kind of reinforce wherever you cut with a Band-Aid. And so that is where you can kind of take this coil, roll it out, flatten it down, okay? And again, I want to sort of rough this up. I want to scratch and attach all the way around, and then this clay can be blended back down. I can add all the little details I need. I'm going to be able to just kind of repair as I go. For example, one of my ears here broke off in the hollowing process, so I'm just going to kind of patch him up all the way around, all the way around. Okay, not sure if you can see, it's almost like they're wearing a little cast or a bandage anywhere that you cut. And I'm just using that softer clay that I pulled out of the inside for this, okay? You can squish it in, and then eventually you're going to either blend it or get your carving and sculpting tools again to just get all of this back so no one ever knows that you cut into your sculpture. For the ear that broke, choices could be, I did save the original piece, although it's quite dry, just because it was here on the very end. So I can try to scratch and attach if I've given this a good spray. Sometimes though, you have to just rebuild with a little softer clay, and then again, let that kind of integrate. So from here, I'm going to finish kind of sculpting all the rest of the details I need now that my sculpture is hollow and standing up on its own. And then the last thing I'll want to do before it dries out is take this pin tool and carefully, in just a few spots, I'm going to poke right into it, okay, all the way, and just create some areas where that hot air can escape when we let it dry out and go to fire it in the kiln. Good luck with your hollowing.